Welcome to Southmere Lake in Thamesmead, another of my local patch areas. It's good for feeding the ducks and the geese and the swans. Yeah, it's come up in the world. This place used to be really grotty. I won't point you over there because the sun is behind it and you'll just get this harsh lens flare. I'll do it quickly. You can, okay, right. We've got the newest buildings going up over there, newish buildings. And then it used to look more like this, a bit more like Clockwork Orange, which was filmed down the road from here. So it was a bit grim, and it's like, this place is really, yeah, if I spin you around a little bit, yeah, they've made it really nice here. Landscaping, horses, yeah, they keep it clean and under control and well managed. But you've got these, strangely, you've got these released, escaped domestic geese. I don't know where these guys have come from. Grey legs, swans, Canada. You've got some Egyptians over there. It's good for hirundines here. It's good for sand martins, and is that cormorant? I'm not going to turn you around, but yeah, we're in the direct flight path of the city airport. I've just looked up and it's like the birds up there. Let's see if you can see it. All the pigeons in the tree. Just look. So, yeah, just come here I got out of my cab. I've just parked over there, and there's a little inlet just there where the water flows in from somewhere in the north. And there's a great heron. I just pointed my camera at it, filming in the new fun format of 120 frames per second. And within a few seconds, something was swimming towards the grey heron and then just went under. I think because of the long tail, it must be a brown rat. But be careful, because I've got pictures from about 3 or 4 years ago of a grey heron swallowing a brown rat. They will have it, and I'm surprised it didn't grab. I think maybe the heron I saw was probably bigger back in the day. That one didn't look too old, so maybe it couldn't handle a brown rat. So these guys, let's go around these guys here. Yeah. Yeah, see, not as jumpy as your average. See, the Canada geese, if I tried to get even within about 100 meters of those at Crossness, they're gone. So look how much calmer they are when they're around humans again. And they surely get checked. All right, geese, calm down. Yo. Anyway, we got reports from somebody called Conrad on our WhatsApp group. There's some green sandpipers over by this viewing screen on the southern marsh, which is just east of this. So we're going to walk around and see if there's anything interesting. So just change the scenery. I'm just standing out on one of these pontoons getting some video practice. What I do notice in the harsh sunlight is video, it doesn't like to film in this kind of, yeah, there's lots of birds coming in, flying. We've got the Canada and the grey legs. Good for this practice of this 120 frames per second. But again, like I said, the harsh sunlight, it pulses, it causes the video to pulse quite a lot. But there were a group of black-headed gulls all fighting over this. I couldn't quite tell. It looked like maybe the fish had been split in half. It was a big fish. I don't think it was going to be able to, any of them were going to be able to swallow it whole. So there was a bit of a scuffle, and they kept dropping it, and another one would pick it up and fly. And they just realized they couldn't fly fast enough with this big fish. I don't know if they managed to get around to, I was filming it for about a minute, dropping, picking up, flying, battling over this bit of fish. I don't know where they found it, whether it's a fisherman's but I don't think it was a whole fish. And then had a couple of the resident local grey herons fly across. Getting a little pulsy because of the harsh sunlight. I mean, it's always great when you look out and see that blue sky, but it's it can be a nightmare for exposure. But this is great. I mean, here so far we've got, you know, all the usuals: coots, moorhens, grey herons. We've got grey legs, Canada geese, domesticated geese, swans, tufted duck, usually common potchards. I've had a few flyovers in the past, loads of crows, a couple of cormorants out there. So I'm going to move over more into the soul. There's a raptor. What have you got? Let me have a look. Looks like a buzzard. Oh yes, it's flapping and I'm filming it. Oh yes. Come to daddy. All this in slow-mo, yay! And see there, the buzzard, for a second it just went behind the tree and I quickly knew to hit back button focus so that it wouldn't refocus onto the branches and the leaves. It kept focusing on the buzzard if it came back out, but it didn't, it flew back down. So yeah, what I will do is I'll film lots of examples of this over the next few days or week to put a little compilation video of the examples of back button focus. That was great. So I just ran up onto the mound to see if the buzzard was still about. Yes, it was far away, but there were 3 of them over in that direction, quite far. Managed to get just two in the frame, but pretty impressive for down here. I mean, we're in Erith, for goodness sake. So that would have been over Crossness, Abbey Wood. So there are known to be buzzards in that wood. I've been getting the geese as well flying in slow-mo. Going from the horse paddock. Whoops, sorry about the lens flare. Going from the horse paddock over to the Southmere lake. Just geese look great in slow-mo. I'm just going to leave it on slow-mo because if something happens, I might only be able to get 2 seconds of it. And then I'll switch to 4K for quality reasons afterwards. But so far, this is a great day. Yeah, had a group of greylags go past me over to the Southmere. So I don't know what they do. Do they just they feed up over here and then go over there for a drink? And then some Canada. I have to catch myself from saying Canadian. Some Canada geese. There's currently a flock of Canada geese over there. What's going past me? I've got to keep an eye. There's things flying around here and it's a good vantage point up this high. So down in this horse paddock, hopefully we might see some finches. Usually see some greenfinch and some linnets. And we're going to go over and find this viewing screen that on my local group said there were sandpipers, green sandpipers. Very exciting, guys. Isn't this? Look at this. This is all mine. Nobody else here. I love this hobby. So as you can hear, there are loads of starlings in here. I've put on my Rode mic onto the camera because usually it cuts out quite a lot of the background noise. So I've got my DJI mic going and the Rode plugged into the phone just so I can capture this. Yeah, there's a couple of stone chat over there. I tried to get slow-mo of those taking off, but once they fly, you only get them sort of going through the frame and then they're gone because you have to be so fast to be able to track them as they fly. But a couple of linnets and goldfinch with them. And it's still going on right now. Oh, that must be a smaller bird. That might be a kestrel or something, or a sparrowhawk. But I've been getting loads and loads of common buzzards being mobbed by crows. Yeah, I counted, I'm sure I counted about 8 buzzards over in the southeast corner. I'm going to have to go over there, Industrial Estate or Yarnton Way. They were hovering around there. So, you know, this is where they all are in the daytime. So, yeah, I've tried to film loads of footage of that, literally for a separate clip. So the bits where the crow isn't in the frame, I'll edit out. So it's just loads of the crows and the buzzard in the same frame. But yeah, I never had much luck over here. A few years ago, when I think it was the 2020 or 2021, my one and only ring ouzel was in this field here. It was a big deal. But since then, I haven't seen one of these guys. But it's nice and busy over here, so there's some action. I've got to keep my eyes open. Yeah, I've seen a kestrel. That might have been a sparrowhawk, but it's distant. You judge by how high a bird goes and how it flies. If you can't actually see what the bird is, generally it gives it away. I'm just trying not to get any solar flare in this. A solar flare, what the heck are you talking about? All right, I'll do a quick spin around. This is what I'm looking at. There's a bit of water running through here. Oh, what's going on there? Yeah, more crows chasing gulls this time. Yeah, but the starlings haven't all taken off, so they're embedded down there somewhere. Obviously, with the stonechat and the linnets and goldfinch, are hoping for something else. We're still after redstarts, windchats, and yeah, we've had the stonechats. What's the fourth one? More wheat ears. Anyway, so far this is working out really well. This is turning out to be an insane day. I never would have seen this coming. So what I've decided to do is try and get really good photos of the underside of each of the buzzards I see. Obviously I might overlap because, oh yeah, I already got that one. But if I can get as many distinct undersides, then I'll be able to identify how many there are here. I just had 3 going over my head, circling and scuffling in the air. You don't have to go out to the countryside. You get Erith, for goodness sake. It's just mad. I think I've got to go for a drive over to that area, because this is where they seem to be loving to circle over here. I think you can get to Yarnton Way or something, so I'll know now to come this way. But Crossness, get the odd one, but this is where they like to go. Some insane slow motion there. But I think I've got the underside of it. Yeah, I've got the underside of at least 4, unless that pale morph one was one of the ones I just saw, and it was another it's another pale morph. But I'm sure when I saw one here, one down there, and by Southmere Lake, and then I saw at least 5 or 6 here. And I've got video of a sparrowhawk, so there is a sparrowhawk operating around here, and I definitely saw a kestrel. So nothing else. I mean, I saw a little bird fly through the reeds. Impossible to know what that is. Maybe in 20 years we'll have some sort of AI camera that can sit on our shoulder and just watches the horizon constantly and just identifies anything that moves, even if it's only seen for like a 0.5 a second. Now that's a good use of AI.